I felt that in my spine.
I haven't been asked that before.
Right here, right now.
Amazing. So Vikings don't usually come to press junkets, but when they do, they show up looking like Gerard Butler.
Stoik the boss.
I was lucky enough to have an early look at the film, and it was amazing. It was visually stunning, it was deeply emotional, and it was full of heart. When they told you they're gonna do How to Train Your Dragon, what was your first honest reaction?
That's a very good question, and I haven't been asked that before. I was very sad when we finished the last movie.
Yeah.
I'm very attached to this and proud of how it performed around the world and how beloved it was. But I was also concerned. If we're going to do this, and we want to keep this legacy strong, are we going to do it? But after speaking with everybody, and I was like, let me in.
None of us have.
To fight them.
And now that you stepped into Stoik's boots, literally, was he everything you imagined, or did he surprise you in new ways?
You're asking very good questions. There was a lot more color to Stoik than I realized, because when you're only doing the voice, there's only so much you can give. But suddenly, when you are in this world, inhabiting it, and you are dressed like a Viking, and you are surrounded by Viking, you're on a Viking ship, or you're in the Great Hall, or you're in the arena, then you really feel like you're part of that. And I found so much more color.
They've killed hundreds of us. And we killed thousands of them.
How long did it take you to transform into Stoik? Was it like a full Viking ritual you're doing every day?
It was hours.
Yeah?
It was hours, yeah. It was probably 2.5 to 3 hours just in makeup, getting the beard. It was 5 parts, and the hair. It took over an hour to get the costume on.
Okay, and filming fantasy often means reacting to things that are not actually there. What's the weirdest situation or like a scene that you remember from the set?
There were a couple of moments. Like there's a moment where I'm underwater, but I'm not really underwater. So I had to pretend that I'm underwater and there's nothing there, so I'm going, I'm like, with nothing, and then and it was actually very hard to hold my breath, weirdly enough, even though I wasn't underwater. I was kind of like...
Amazing. I want to end this on a high note. Can you give us your best, loudest, proudest Viking battle cry, Stoik style?
Vikings!
Oh my
Charge!
I felt that in my spine.
This